Very good afternoon to all of you. Thank you for joining us for this weekly media briefing. Let me begin with an announcement, and then we'll take a few questions that you may have. Announcement is regarding the visit of the President of Maldives. His Excellency Ibrahim Mohammed Soli, President of the Republic of Maldives, will pay an official visit to India from 1st to 4th August. President Soli will be accompanied by a high-level official and business delegation. During the visit, President Soli will meet the President of India and hold talks with the Prime Minister. External Affairs Minister will call on President Soli. Besides his official engagements in New Delhi, President Soli will be holding discussion with an Indian business delegation. During his visit, President Soli will also visit Mumbai and participate in business events there. Needless to say, Maldives is India's key neighbor in the Indian Ocean region and occupies a special place in India's neighborhood first policy. In recent years, the partnership has witnessed rapid growth in all areas of cooperation, and President Soli's upcoming official visit will provide an opportunity for the two leaders to review the progress made in this wide-ranging partnership and impart direction to the two sides that will lend further momentum to this strong partnership that we have. Okay, that was the only announcement for the moment. If there are any questions on other issues, may I take the floor? Okay, Yeshi first, and I'll go through one by one.
This is Yeshi Seli from the New Indian Express. Is Dr. Jaishankar likely to have a conversation with Bilawal Bhutto besides Wangi? And if yes, is there anything...
Sorry, besides?
Besides the other foreign ministers like Wangi. And,
okay.
And what is he likely to talk about, if at all?
Fair enough. Siddhant?
So Siddhant from Beyond, we have seen the Pakistani Foreign Ministry saying that they're going to not attend, in fact withdraw from the Chess Olympiad in Chennai. What's India's reaction to this entire development?
Okay. Chess Olympiad, right? I saw a hand there. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Anil Singh from INS. Sir, पाकिस्तान अधिकृत कश्मीर के अंदर 350 मेगावाट बिजली की ज़रूरत होती है उनको, लेकिन तब भी वो अंधेरे में है. और पाकिस्तान के अंदर 4000 वाट बिजली जनरेट होती है. अभी देखा गया कि वहाँ पर लोग सड़कों पे विरोध में आ गए हैं और काफ़ी राउंड फायरिंग हुई, और फायरिंग होने के बाद 130 लोगों को हिरासत में ले लिया गया. अब वो पाकिस्तान के साथ साथ हिंदुस्तान से भी मदद चाहते हैं. सर, आपका क्या रिएक्शन है?
मैं समझा नहीं, आप क्वेश्चन को फिर से बताएंगे. इसमें पावर का क्या, आपने कहा 4000 मेगावाट वहाँ पे, 350 मेगावाट वहाँ पे चाहिए होता है उनको. सर,
350 मेगावाट के अंदर पाक अधिकृत कश्मीर के अंदर पूर्ति हो जाएगी, लेकिन तब भी उनको बिजली नहीं मिलती.
हाँ, बिजली नहीं मिलती
है. और वहां पर 4000 मेगावाट जनरेट होता है.
तो इसमें आप कमेंट किस बारे में मांग रहे थे? प्रोटेस्ट के बारे में?
प्रोटेस्ट के बारे में सर. वो हिंदुस्तान सरकार का सहयोग चाहते हैं, पाक अधिकृत कश्मीर के लोग.
नीरज नहीं, पीछे आप, ठीक है, आप कर लीजिए. योर टर्न.
Sir, Saurav from ANI. Sir, Pakistan Foreign Minister sharply reacted on Defense Minister Rajnath Singh's statement on POK.
Sir. Sorry, I didn't get that. Which statement? Who reacted sharply?
Sir, Pakistan Foreign Minister.
Okay. On which statement did he react?
That हम वहाँ भी पूजा करेंगे सर.
You're not particularly sure of the question, are you? So tell me what is the...
शीतला माता मंदिर है पाकिस्तान में, शारदा माता.
That statement. Yes, that's the one. Okay, fair enough. And you would like me to do what? React to it. Okay. Neeraj.
सर, नीरज हूँ न्यूज़ 18 इंडिया से. क्या सितंबर में एससीओ की जो बैठक होगी उसमें हम उम्मीद कर सकते हैं कि प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी और चीनी राष्ट्रपति शी जिनपिंग की मुलाकात होगी? उम्मीद की जा सकती है, क्योंकि अभी विदेश मंत्रियों की बैठक चल रही है.
विदेश मंत्री की बैठक चल रही है कहाँ?
विदेश मंत्रियों की.
अभी तो मंत्री जी हैं. अच्छा. Anyway, who had another hand? Somebody else? Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, Shudhiranjan from Bloomberg, sir, any updates that you can give us on bilaterals of the External Affairs Minister with that of Pakistan? And
same question, I think, Yeshi asked.
Yes.
Okay. Pak, China, okay. Please, go ahead.
So has there been any specific request from the Pakistani Foreign Ministry for a bilateral with the
Same question.
RDA? Yeah, but basically, you know that a couple of months back, their foreign minister had wondered whether it would be wise not to talk to India at all. So in that context, I'm asking.
Okay, let me take this round of question. I know I have a few more. Okay, let me take the easy ones. Look, I think you by now you know what I'm going to say on all the bilaterals and other things. However, External Affairs Minister, we have announced already he's going to be visiting Tashkent. In fact, shortly, I think he's just about left or leaving for attending the SCO Foreign Ministers meeting, which are scheduled from now till tomorrow evening or Saturday morning. On the bilateral meetings and other engagements, look, as I said, stay tuned. We will update you as the visit unfolds. At this point, I'm not in a position to share his program or what bilaterals he may have, or other engagements actually during the visit that he may have. We have indicated to you broad elements of what he would be doing, but I think you would have to bear with us till such time we are in a position to share more information on those bilaterals that you're talking about. So that I think takes care of at least a lot of these questions, which are all very simple. I'm not aware of any particular requests that we have received from Pakistan vis-a-vis a meeting, but again, I could be wrong. We will see when it reaches there. There was a question regarding same. I think Yeshi, your question was that. Again, similar on External Affairs Minister's meeting or not with Chinese Foreign Minister. Again, I don't have anything to share at this moment. As and when it happens or at an appropriate time, we will let you know. On the issue of, I think that covers most of these questions. On Siddhant's question regarding, this was on the issue of the Chess Olympiad, right? Look, this is something that's actually I think it just came out right now as we were looking at it. I had, what can I say? Let me put it this way. It is surprising that Pakistan has suddenly, taken this decision not to participate in the FID Chess Olympiad, particularly after the team has already reached India. Insofar as their argument being given, the Union territories of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, of course, have been, are, and will remain an integral part of India. It is highly unfortunate that Pakistan has politicized a prestigious international event by making such statements and withdrawing its participation after its team has already reached India. So I think that would capture what we want to see on that. My understanding is the team did reach or is reaching India. That's the understanding. But look, you have to check with the team. I was told that the team is actually here. But again, if they've withdrawn, so maybe they will. The team will go back. But as I said, I think it's a politicization of this activity. There was a query regarding Saurabh. You were asking about Pak reaction. Look, I think our position is pretty clear on this, on the fact that the entire Union territory of Jammu and Kashmir as well as Ladakh are integral parts of India, and I don't think there's much clarification required on RM's comment. I certainly am not going to comment on what RM said. I think RM talked about that being a part of India, and we of course reject any statement by Pakistan side that does not recognize this reality of our position. I think that has been very clear, and as I've said it in the case just now regarding the Chess Olympiad. नीरज, आपका प्रश्न था SCO सितंबर में समिट में PM और शी जिनपिंग, इसमें आप भी जानते हैं मैं क्या कहने वाला हूँ. अभी तो दूर की बात है, विदेश मंत्री का पहले ये विजिट हो जाए, प्रधानमंत्री जाएंगे उनके बारे में, उनके विजिट्स के बारे में अभी तक नहीं, और उसके बाद क्या होगी उस विजिट में अभी आपको वेट करना पड़ेगा. अनिल जी, आपने पूछा था पाकिस्तान POK के बारे में. देखिए, आपका क्वेश्चन बहुत स्पेसिफिक है, मुझे उनके ना पावर रिक्वायरमेंट की ज़रूर उतनी अंदाज़ा है, पर मैं ये कह सकता हूँ कि हमारी तरफ से तो कोई पाबंदी नहीं है. हम तो ट्रेड और बेटर बिजनेस कॉन्टैक्ट में हमेशा कहा था हमने, जब टेररिज्म अगर नहीं हो, पर उनके पास किस तरह से वो पावर का कर रहे हैं उसके बाद मुझे डिटेल नहीं है, पर हम चाहेंगे कि वहाँ के लोग जो जहाँ अभी मैंने जिनको भी कहा, नीरज को भी, कि पाकिस्तान ऑक्युपाइड कश्मीर हम बिल्कुल इंडिया का इंटीग्रल पार्ट मानते हैं, और हमारी ये पोजीशन रहेगी, पर उस पर अभी किस तरह से उनके पावर हम भेज सकते हैं मैं उस पर कमेंट नहीं कर पाऊँगा. किस तरह से सहयोग, पावर भेज दें, मैंने जो कहता हूँ वही कह पाऊँगा, मैं उससे ज़्यादा कुछ कह नहीं पाऊँगा. ओके, नेक्स्ट राउंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस प्लीज. No, Yeshi, hold on, pause. Please go ahead.
मधुरेंद्र, मैं न्यूज़ नेशन से। मेरा सवाल अभी हाल के दिए गए विदेश मंत्रालय के बयान से ही जुड़ा हुआ है, जो ऑब्जेक्शन सीपेक में थर्ड पार्टी की एंट्री को लेकर इंडिया ने रेज किया है। तो क्या हम सिर्फ जिस बयान को विदेश मंत्रालय ने दिया है, क्या हम सिर्फ उसी बयान के साथ रहेंगे, या हमारे पास कुछ मोडस ऑपरेंडी है कि क्या एक्शंस हम ले सकते हैं? अगर सीपेक में थर्ड पार्टी की एंट्री चाइना देता है और पाकिस्तान उसको ज्वाइन करता है, तो क्या हम कोई कड़ा एक्शन ले सकते हैं? इसी से जुड़ा दूसरा सवाल हमारा ये भी है कि पीओके में लगातार देखा जा रहा है कि चाइनीज कंपनी है, उनकी एक्टिविटीज बढ़ी है, और पर्टिकुलरली जो 32 इन्फेंट्री ब्रिगेड है उनका, वहां पर देखा जा रहा है कि चाइनीज कंपनी जो है वहां इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर का निर्माण कर रही है, जो कि मुजफ्फराबाद और अहमदकान डिस्ट्रिक्ट जो पीओके का है वहां पर देखा जा रहा है। तो ये चाइनीज एक्टिविटीज लगातार वहां पर बढ़ रही है, उस पर भी क्या रिएक्शन है आपका?
But you had a hand up some corner. Yeah, I can see a hand only. Okay, you had. Oh, that's the okay.
Hi, this is Devi Rupa from The Wire. I just want to ask your reaction to the execution of 4 pro-democracy activists in Myanmar. You must have seen the reaction from ASEAN, which has termed it highly reprehensible and expressed concern and trouble about it. Would India be giving a statement on it?
Okay, since you asked, please. यहाँ पे.
So I'm Shailesh from National Defense. Just an extension to Madhurendra's question. Sir, there have been earlier attempts by the Chinese and Pakistanis to lure Saudi Arabia and UAE to join CPEC. Do you have any wind that they may be attempting some countries?
Saudi Arabia and which one you said?
UAE.
UAE.
If they attempt to lure any other country, what concrete action would we be taking to desist? And secondly, sir, there have been unabated development going on in continuation with what the Chinese and Pakistanis have been doing.
Where? What?
To develop CPEC.
Oh, okay. CPEC.
And there have been a lot of news and sources confirmation that the Chinese military is present out there.
Where?
In Pakistan.
Okay.
In those areas where the development is taking place for the CPEC. So what reaction do you have for that, sir?
Okay. Please.
So, times now, you were aware of the chaos and confusion in Sri Lanka. At this point, Chinese so-called scientific research vessel called Yuan Wang 5 is poised to enter Hambantota on 11th August for a week. Now, is this something that the Indian government will watch closely?
Okay. Nobody. Oh, sorry. I missed a hand here. Yeah. Go ahead.
Nainima from ThePrint. Last week you did mention about the snooping issue that is going on in Mauritius. However, since then a lot has happened. The opposition is up in arms against the Prime Minister. And today there's a discussion on the Agalega Islands in the Parliament. Would you like to react anything on that? Thank you.
Sir, you took two separate issues. You're talking about the issues of the alleged...
We have connected both issues.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I am not aware. Okay. Okay, let me take this round of questions and we'll take... I wasn't sure, Shailesh and Madhurendra जी, आपका भी यही प्रश्न था. देखिए, सीपेक पे हमने काफ़ी क्लियर एक हमारा स्टेटमेंट पिछले हफ्ते आया था, जिसमें हमने दो चीज़ों का काफ़ी क्लैरिटी से कहा था. एक कि जम्मू एंड कश्मीर में पाकिस्तान ऑक्युपाइड कश्मीर जो है उसमें इस तरह के कोई एक्टिविटीज़ हो तो वो हमारे सॉवरेंटी टेरिटोरियल इंटीग्रिटी के ख़िलाफ़ है, तो उसमें हम ऑब्जेक्ट करते हैं. और दूसरा कि कोई तीसरी देश इसमें ना जुड़े, क्योंकि हम पहले से चेतावनी दे रहे हैं कि हमारी सॉवरेंटी की बात है. इससे ज़्यादा मेरे पास और कहने के लिए एक्शन क्या आप मतलब शैलेश पुट इट मोर डायरेक्टली what action will we take? I'm not going to speculate. Sorry, this is not neither forum nor am I the authorized person, except to emphasize that Pakistan occupied Kashmir, as we said, the entire Union territory of Jammu and Kashmir is part of India, and we object and we strongly reject these ideas of trying to get third countries involved in it. You would have seen a very clear statement I think I don't have really anything. I think it's pretty clear in terms of what we want to say, and I would not go beyond that. I think it's pretty clear. So I think I'll just stop at that. There were questions related to Chinese military being there, etc. Look, all of it relates to the same basic core element, that there are activities or projects, so-called, in the Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, which we object to and we reject. This is a violation or infringes on our sovereignty and territorial integrity. So I think I'll just repeat that element. Srinja, I think Devarupa, you asked about Myanmar, right? I think the execution of 4 people. We haven't issued anything, but since you asked, we have noted, of course, these developments in Myanmar with deep concern. As a neighboring country of Myanmar, we have always highlighted the need for a peaceful resolution to the issue. The rule of law and democratic process must be upheld. As a friend of the people of Myanmar, we will continue to support Myanmar's return to democracy and stability. So I think I'll just emphasize those points. Shinja, you mentioned about a research vessel. Can you just, the name, is it, this is the one which is coming to Hambantota port next week? That's the one, I forget the name. Okay, that's one. I wasn't sure how to quite, respond to that specific thing because, okay, let me make a very specific point. We are aware of reports of a proposed visit by this vessel at Hambantota port in August. Let me just say that government carefully monitors any development having a bearing on India's security and economic interests and takes all necessary measures to safeguard them. I think that should be a clear message. Nanima, regarding the issue of Mauritius, I think I answered this last week. I'm not really sure if I have anything else to add to that. If you recall, the Mauritius government has responded to queries in this regard, including at the level of the Prime Minister. We don't have any further information to share on this issue at this moment. Next, who else had a question? Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah, Ashish.
Sir, my question is regarding that.
Introduce yourself for the record.
Sir, Abhishek from CNN News 18. My question is regarding the recent event that has happened regarding Afghanistan, Uzbekistan, Tashkent. So my question remains.
Sorry, you meant the meeting that's happening now?
That has happened on 25th and 26th.
The Conference of Afghanistan, okay.
So did India participate in that? What was the point that India made? What were the discussions? If you could elaborate on that.
Okay, fair enough. You want a second round? Anybody else before you go to second? Although some people did ask second question, so yes, you go ahead.
So yesterday there was a blast near that Karte Parwan Gurdwara, again in Afghanistan. India hasn't issued any statement, and a day before Taliban had said that all security issues are sorted, so the Sikhs and Hindus can come back. So
Okay.
does
Okay.
any have anything to say?
Open season. Okay, quick one. We need to wrap it up.
So Siddhant from Vion, my question is regarding the recent pact between Russia and Ukraine when it comes to the wheat export. What's India's reaction to this pact, even though there are questions over the fact that the pact continues or not?
Okay. Any final? Okay, you have something?
So, times now. Yesterday, Samantha Power spoke about disruptive forces, both in the United States and India, presumably different forces. Would you like to comment on these disruptive forces in India that she spoke of?
Sorry, that was it? Okay, thanks. Yeah, I see a hand there. Who's that? Devirupa, you again? What? Anything particular? That's the second question. I'm being very relaxed nowadays.
You asked, let other people ask.
Tell me.
Question. Basically, just again on Mauritius, I know you've answered one question on that. Just wanted to check with you. There was a Mauritian minister, Attorney General and Agriculture Minister who was here last week. and we had met with I think our counterpart here and also an official and also MEA Secretary Damu Ravi. Can you give I mean, what was the agenda of the meeting? Can you just, what was it talking about? And did they raise this whole sniffing gate that they talk about?
Okay, let me just take I think that should close it. Look, on the conference on Afghanistan, this was, I think, the query you had. I think this was 26th, no? Yeah, on 26th, Uzbekistan hosted an international conference on Afghanistan in Tashkent, which was attended by special representatives, senior officials, from almost 20 countries. There were UN representatives as well as international representatives of international organization. India did participate in this event. This is in continuation, I would say, of our efforts to engage with the international community on issues related to Afghanistan. During this conference, India reiterated its commitment to assist the Afghan people in these difficult times and to provide them humanitarian assistance. We also reiterated UN Security Council Resolution 2593, which calls for Afghan soil not to be used to plan, finance, or conduct any terror activities. So that's basically on. It was at an official level. The representation from India was at an official level. Yeshi, on the Karte Parwan, yes, we also seen that. We are trying to ascertain more details. I don't think anybody's been injured. We are also trying to understand what exactly was this incident. I'm not sure what kind of, whether it was in any kind of attack or not. We are not yet sure. Siddhant, I'm not going to be able to comment on the pact itself, as you mentioned, between Ukraine. But look, I think one of the things that you've seen or you heard External Affairs Minister and others talk about are the secondary or the spillover effects from the conflict in Ukraine, particularly in terms of food, fertilizer, etc. So the issue of food security, particularly vulnerable countries, and the availability of food grains, particularly wheat, is an important element. And if this helps get more food grains or wheat in the international market, I think that's something that will be welcomed by all, including India, because we've also been very cognizant of the risks that shortage of or the food security which might be impacted, particularly in vulnerable countries. So let's see what happens, what's the impact of this understanding. Shinjoy, I am not in a position to comment. I haven't seen the full comments of USAID head who was here, so I'm not going to try to comment on her classification or nomenclature of what she said, disruptive forces you mentioned. So I'm going to leave that. On the Virupa on Mauritius, I seem to recollect briefly that this meeting happened. This was part of the regular consultations. I don't have much else to share on that specific meeting, which was actually with other ministries, with the lead ministries. But if I have something, we'll come back to you. Thank you all for, sorry. Okay. You have to sit and, okay. Yeah, go ahead. Please sit. Go ahead. Tell me, Pranay.
सर प्रणय फ्रॉम एबीपी न्यूज। आपने पिछली ब्रीफिंग में कहा था कि अरविंद केजरीवाल की सिंगापुर यात्रा को लेकर आपको एप्लीकेशन मिला है, तो क्या आप उसके ऊपर कोई निर्णय हो पाया है?
Any other last questions? I don't want to come back to this. Okay, so जैसा कि हमने पिछले हफ्ता बताया था, 21 जुलाई को हमारे पास ये पॉलिटिकल क्लियरेंस का हमारा जो पोर्टल है, उस पर एक एंट्री आई थी, एक प्राप्त हुई थी हमें। हमें जितना दूर ज्ञात है कि अभी वो जो होस्ट गवर्नमेंट सिंगापुर ने दिल्ली सरकार को डायरेक्टली कुछ निमंत्रण के बारे में कुछ अपडेट भेजा है, कुछ चेंज हुआ है उसमें, उसको साझा किया उन्होंने डायरेक्टली उनके साथ, हमें भी पता है उसके बारे में। तो मैं चाहूँगा कि आप अगर ये करूँगा कि आप दिल्ली गवर्नमेंट से ही पूछें उनके इन्विटेशन का क्या अभी स्टेटस है। थैंक यू। I would request you to ask the Delhi government. It was yes, we are aware of many things. I think the invitation is from the government of Singapore. So let me, if you wish, I will read out in English if that helps you. As we conveyed last week, in fact, we received an entry on our political clearance portal on 21st of July. I'm given to understand that the host government has shared certain updates and changes to its invitation with the Delhi government. So I would request you to check with the government of Delhi on what is the status of that. I just round something really live. I wouldn't know, but anyway, go ahead. I'm being in a generous mood today. Go ahead.
Sir, Shudhiranjan from Bloomberg again. There seems to be a statement from the Chinese PLA, which is talking about restoration, a consensus on restoring ties. Are you aware of any such development at the 16th round of talks between India and China?
No, look, I think on the 16th round, we have issued already a very clear statement, a joint statement between the two sides. I don't have any update on that. I think I don't understand the word restoration of ties. We have diplomatic relations with China, but there is something that we're expecting. And let me reiterate, de-escalation, disengagement followed by de-escalation, and then perhaps a situation in the border which can be more normal, and then so that the overall relations can improve. I don't think there's any change in that, nor am I aware of it. But again, these things, if there is an update, we'll let you know. I remember one of the inputs that I've just received is on this issue of, I think, your question on the POK, no? आपने पूछा था उसमें. I haven't seen that actual statement or the request for help. POK के लोगों ने जो help की मांगी थी, उसको मैं देखा नहीं है, पर मुझे बताया जा रहा है कि ये उन्होंने पाकिस्तान गवर्नमेंट से हेल्प मांगी थी, भारतीय सरकार से नहीं. पर देखिए, इसीलिए मैं कुछ कह नहीं पाऊंगा उसके ज़्यादा. मैं मिस कर गया, हम चेक कर लेंगे. आपने कहा, थैंक यू.